here. No, not edit. My view. Mute. There you go. Debut. Log in. There we go. Yes, I know I was late. Just debating about whether or not I actually wanted to do this, so I'm just playing with my settings real quick first. Make sure I get everything set the way I want it. Okay, let's do this. Yes, I'm attempting this. I can't believe I'm attempting this. I've got to be one insane individual for even attempting this. First time I tried this, it ended horribly. No joke, the first time I tried this, it was like, yeah, it didn't end well. Did not end well the first time I tried this, so we're going to attempt to try this. And do what I didn't seem to do the first time. I think what may help is I'm going to go with the guy who actually won the spring race here in 2013. We'll run the same scheme, actually. Oh, it's not going to let me use it. I don't have the DLC downloaded, so it's not going to let me use the scheme. That's okay, we'll go with the Farmer's Car then. What's up, Flying Scotsman? 13 was your first? Nice. I don't want to do night or day. Night or day. Let's do night. I like the night race. Champion difficulty, just qualifying race. Details here. Yeah, I'll go up one on the tire wear. Alright. Like I said, this may go horribly, horribly wrong. But the inside line was 2012. This is 2013. Which basically was inside line just rescanned. Let's be honest. My settings, I run... You know what? I'm going to run the auto. I don't feel like playing around with the shift buttons tonight, so I'll just run the auto tonight. Just do the standard default setup. Adjust it as we go. I do my things, so... Just doing standard qualifying too, so... Why does that sound like it's not showing more? Could show me how many years I have. I'm kind of curious why it's not showing that. Right. Back up. Alright. Begin qualifying. Let me see where we start. I gotta do my hood view. Or really it's roof view is what it is, but... Alright, that's right, I don't have to shift. I need my buttons in the ear again. I'll select the...
Here we go,
no,
man.
not
You know what
select.
you got. Keep an eye on that pole
What's
position.
that? Where's my mirror button? Damn it, what was my mirror button? No, it's not that.
That's it. One
That's
left,
that.
buddy. You know what you're doing. Come on, fight
Oh,
that
where's my
wheel.
mirror button? Damn it. Alright, I gotta figure out what my button is here to change the damn mirror. Display, rear view mirror. It says it's on. Must not show it in qualifying. '28th. Not bad. Not bad. Like I said, I'm hoping maybe I can have some luck, you know. Kenseth won the fall race here over Kane in 13, so we'll see if we can get Casey what probably could have been the Bristol sweep that year. Who's a pole sitter for this attempt? Hey, Jimmy Johnson pole sitter. Hey, Kyle Busch. You know, you can't script things. I could not have scripted that. That's Mrucz used Bush on yesterday night when he tried this, last night when he tried this. So that's funny that it's Johnson and Bush on the front row. The real 2013 winner, Kenseth, starting 4th. We'll see what happens. I'm cautiously optimistic that I think I can do this. The only attempt I made at this, it went horribly wrong. I was using the 78 with Kurt. It just went terrible. So I'll see. See if I can actually. There's two things I gotta watch tonight: how many cautions I get, and can I get the dub?
Green flag. Green, green, green.
Way up the hill.
Come on, buddy. We got work in the buddy.
Wall.
All right, your door. Down
I
low.
gotta turn the
At
brake
your door.
bias down. I'm like trying to ride it up there, but God, it just doesn't want to turn. Tight AF.
5-second gap between you and the leader.
Maybe I should have turned the manual shifting on. Maybe I just need to get into a rhythm. Now my record for cautions at Bristol, granted it was on 15 and not, it was 15 that I actually completed a 100% race at Bristol, and well, I had 96 96 cautions, so
7 seconds ahead to the lead car.
I can only improve. This thing is so tight right now, though. I'm gonna have to loosen this up. Yeah, but this early laps is just about feeling the car out. I don't want to tear it up too bad. Right now I do have some right front damage, but I don't want to tear it up too bad to start with.
There's a 9-second gap to the leader.
Yeah, I know. I hit the wall at the initial start, guys. What do you expect me to do? You know, I'm getting used to the car. Last time I ran 13 was when I tried this, I think, the last time.
Let's go to work now, buddy. Come on.
So I'd be curious to do I probably should do that after or not tonight, but the next time I'm on this game, I should do a Richmond. Because I attempted Martinsville on here, and that was not too bad. Not as bad as Bristol was. So, curious how Richmond would hold in either
You
game,
gained
15 or
3 tenths on the car ahead.
13. This thing is just so tight right now. I mean, I could barely turn this thing right now. I just can't get back to the gas. Trying to like coast it into the corner, and I just can't get it to coast into the corner. We'll see. This thing gets to be a caution fest, you know. You get an early yellow, get to pit road, make adjustments.
Caution's out. Back her down.
And there we go. As if on cue. See what this is for. And they're not going to show it. Hey! Like NASCAR television broadcast cameras this year. Both Fox and NBC.
Racetrack's clear. You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
Incident happens on track, they don't catch it. They catch the aftermath. I'm gonna move my mouse out of shot. Yeah, this thing is just kind of struggling right now. Needs to start with. But it'll be a work in progress. Again, I'm running 500 laps, so we got a long ways to go to make everything we need to do. So
We're ready for you, buddy.
I know the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that this is turned down. Up to 35. Obviously, want to repair that right side damage. I'll start with some track bar. We'll go up a couple turns on track bar, make this thing a little more. Being able to turn a little bit better. We'll try something with the tires.
Be ready, guys. Let's hustle here.
Oh, and they're just stopped on track. I just noticed that it had the 21 and there was another car just stopped on the track in turn 2. Oh yeah, they're wrecking. They're wrecking under yellow.
Nice pit stop right there.
What is this, ignition?
Like I said, we got a real good car here. Just take care of it, buddy.
Yeah, let's see. I may have to turn the brake bias back up depending on how loose this thing is once we get going again here.
We can do this. Just gotta keep focused.
And feel it out. Oh yeah, this thing's definitely better. Yeah, Bumble, I'm attempting it. This is actually my second attempt trying it on 13. I tried to stream an attempt before, but I was just not into it. I got maybe like, I think a fifth of the way through and was like, no, I'm done. I can't do this.
At your door on
I
the
think I DNF'd in that attempt, so
left side's clear.
I decided to run his candy cane. Since he had a good run of races for Bristol in 13. He won the spring race and then finished second at Kenseth in the fall. So, yeah, it was a mixture of both. I did DNF, but it was kind of a mixture of both. It's like, I'm not attempting this again.
Gap between you and the leader. Right's all clear, bud.
But I figured it'd be different than Mrucz. I wanted to do the night race because I like the night race here.
Clear high.
So far, I think I've fixed the looseness in my car. Or the tightness in my car. So I think we're good to go there.
Low side.
Just able to maintain over the course of the
Side's
run.
clear.
And I just gotta try to avoid getting really messed up here.
Car 2 back.
Ooh, they're bouncing off the Hamlin. Oh, nice avoidance.
Going to caution. Going to caution.
That's a good avoidance right there. So yeah, if I know you're just joining Bumble, it's 100%, 3 times tire, 2 times fuel is what I got.
Come in.
Champion difficulty. So that's my settings I'm running right now. All flags on. And obviously mechanical damage and all that's on too, so. But yeah, I'm attempting it. I want to see if I can actually, how I can actually do, because I'm curious to try it, you know? I've experienced how bad this game is with the short tracks, but I've never actually been able to complete the 100% Bristol. So on here, I did it on 15, but not on here. No, this is single player, Tim. As my title kind of gives it away, I was watching Mrucz's stream last night, and I was like, you know, I want to give it a shot again. See if I can survive the AI, you know? Ooh, come on. Slide it. Yeah, they really do just manhandle you here.
What do you want to do?
Tires are warm, but I didn't get any damage on that, so that's good. I'm gonna... Oh no, I'm last anyway, so it wouldn't matter. No, I might just stay out here. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how I escaped any damage in that. There were people pinballing off of me and everything. Somehow or another, it's only showing tire wear. So. A couple people betted.
Be smart now. Don't jump your restart. We can do this. We can get a great finish.
Crew chief, we're only 25 laps into a 500 lap race. I don't think we need to be talking about the finish right now. I don't think we need to be talking about the finish right now.
Pretty wide, too low.
Ooh, I got forced high. It's gonna hurt. Okay, no, we're good. You know what? I'm gonna rim ride it. Oh no, I'm sliding.
Yellow, yellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean up truck, are you clear? Pit road's open.
The record's 81. And I'm already 4 in. I'm not even 25 laps in, I already have 4 cautions, so... I think anything's better than... I think most games are better on PC than console anyway, oof. That's just my opinion. I think PC is just overall better than console. I wonder if I can offset this with some wedge. Some wedge in it.
We're ready when you are, pal.
I gotta get repair damage. I like where those... Yeah, let's bump up the left sides a little bit. I think I got the track bar where I want. I actually downloaded it from my box. I have it right now as it stands. I was gonna maybe try it after this off stream, and after the stream is done, maybe I'll try it before I go to bed tonight.
Okay, boys. Safe and smart. Here we go.
Yeah, the car doesn't... It's hard for me to say with the car, because the car feels okay. Like, the way I started this race, where I wasn't keeping pace because the car just wouldn't turn.
Way to go, boys.
It's turning, it's just a matter of...
Doing great, buddy. That pit's
I gotta
up.
find that
Almost
right
there.
balance.
Still start to
he was talking about the game, Scotsman, the new F1 game.
Keep the momentum.
If you got the early release for it, it's actually available on Steam, but it's not available to the general public actually until July 1st.
First is leading by 3 seconds. Far outside you. Far out your door.
So light. I gotta put some more brake bias in it. I gotta put the brake bias up. This thing is so sketchy in the center. It's like I'm having to lay so far off the gas that I'm afraid of the AI running me over. I mean, it's good. I don't want it, you know, so tight that I can't turn it, but making some progress, though. See, the trick with the AI in 13, and I've learned this basically from playing 15. Oh, this game, I got it off Steam. I'm actually playing on PC. This is the PC version of NASCAR 13. I actually have the physical copy for 13 for 360. But what was I saying? I got lost in my thought there. Oh, AI. You can actually, there is a way to deal with the AI on here, but it's very difficult to deal with the AI. And that is, if you got to hold the bottom. You got to try your best to hold the bottom with the AI. I've noticed it with all the Technic games, even 15's the same way. The AI are aggressive, but if you can hold the bottom, they can't, as long as they don't get a nose under you, they won't run you up the track. The hard part is obviously trying to hold the bottom of the racetrack. That's just my experience with the Technic games and the AI. If you can hold the bottom on them, you're better off. And we're just gonna start beating bumpers under yellow. What's IDK doing tonight? Mumble iRacing again? A buddy of mine has ended up in a couple of his iRacing streams. Oh yeah, that's definitely a stack up. So we got 6 crashes, 34 laps so far. I'm just gonna stay where I am right now. Man, Jimmy fell off. Yeah, just the way the psych was, I think, with the AI. He was the pole sitter. But hey, I'll take 11th. I like our progress right now. We're moving up. I feel like the car is there, but again, it's going to be a matter of me trying to keep the AI pinned behind me instead of getting uprooted like that. But she's turning good through the center. I like the way it turns. Ooh, sorry, Biff. Watch that apron. Oh, and they're wrecking behind me. I saw that in my mirror. That was the 83 in Stenhouse. Hey, we're in the top 10. Yeah, well, any of the Technic games, Bumble, if you can get to the front, it's easy. It's easy once you're in front to try to maintain with the AI. But the hard part is because the way you have to play with pit stops and everything else, and pit strategy, you get back in traffic. That's when it gets difficult. I'm just saying, when you're in traffic, kind of the key to taming the AI is to just keep them pinned behind you on the bottom as best you can. If they go by in the top, they go by in the top, but at least they won't uproot you and, you know, run all over you.
We're just as fast as him. Let's chase him back down. Caution is out.
That's just from my experience playing the game. It's just weird though that the game has such a drastic difference from PC to console, that the AI just seem to be way more aggressive on PC than on console. Whatever the coding is for the AI. The Technic games are just worse for the AI on PC, I guess. Like I said, I had 96 cautions in the race I did on 15. And this is I'm trying to do the full distance here. I have yet to do the full distance on 13. And I figure obviously be different than Mrucz, and I'll do the night race. He's going to do the day race. It's something different. The car is there though. It's just a matter of just need a little more out of the. Well, never mind. I need just a little more out of the corner is what I was going to say. Thanks, Kurt. Really, guys? Oh, there it is. It took us basically, what, an entire lap? Before we all was thrown? Wait, we got race control from Sunday night in here? I mean, we were wrecking basically from out of turn 4 all the way around. Or from turn 4 all the way to turn 3. We took it to turn 3 before they threw the yellow.
The safety crews are clear of the track. You want to come in?
I got a little tick in the engine and I got hub. You do bring up a kind of an interesting point, Bumble, with that tweet that got me start thinking, you know, who's the worst driver in a fully funded car? Yeah, it's like, come on, do something. Thing is, as much as you could make fun of Custer, he did win a race last year. So yeah, it's true. You can kind of, it's like, hey, what you got to do something. What the hell you do? You know. Already. What's up, Sprint?
All 4 tires are worn and you need some gas. And I think we could use a little more tape too. You're not going to be getting your fastest lap times with that much damage.
You know what?
So how about we do some quick
Where's the
repairs?
tape? Keep
Remember what
75.
we practiced. Let's do this.
There's no guarantee this is going to go well, but I'm surprised though. I'm only on 9 cautions so far though, so that's good. What sucks is I'm going to have to go to the back again. I'm going to have to go back to the pack again.
Awesome job, guys. Great teamwork. Okay, it's time to push that pace now, buddy. Stay focused.
45 laps in.
Car in front heading to the pit. Nobody's going to make it easy for us today, buddy. The leader is 4 seconds in front. Spin ahead.
Oh, wrecking
Yellow
ahead.
flag, yellow flag.
Newman. Oh, and Montoya's riding the wall. Montoya pulling the Truex from Richmond in 2005 Busch race. Watch him at the top of the. Oh, he got slammed by Almirola. The 43. That's why he was riding the wall.
Clean up truck, I'm going to need you to go out. Your road's now open. Crew's on the wall.
Huh, really? I know it's on Steam. I thought it was on Steam. Because, hell, that's how I got it. NASCAR 2013. NASCAR the Game 2013. Up to 35th.
We can get some positions right here. Don't jump the restart. Go
All right.
past before you get past the start finish line.
Coming to lap 50.
Car outside you. He's coming on the inside. Loading up top.
Oh, they're trying to go 3 again. Oh, Jimmy, help me. Oh, Dale.
3 wide, you're in the middle.
Ooh, they're wrecking up ahead anyway. Oh, I thought...
Clear left.
Oh, well, thank you. The E3 actually saved me. It kept them from getting to my inside.
Waving the yellow, caution's out.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I saw that coming. Well, I know it's in my Steam library, so... I mean, I could try checking after just to see, but I'm curious that I'm surprised it doesn't it isn't in there. Like I said, it's just a matter of taming the AI. So far, so good. The car is handling fine. I just need some green flag laps to work this car in.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Step it up. Got a car low. Looking really good, buddy.
The problem is that. The problem is that the AI just
Flag, yellow.
are not aware there's a wall on the outside there. Jimmy, no. Jimmy, why? Me and Montoya both bounced off the wall at the same time, and then Bane just sent me back into the pack.
Yeah, I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on the race.
And yet I have no engine damage off that. Go figure. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I can just hit the back button if I don't want to pit.
Careful on the restart. Be patient. Don't pass on the inside.
I don't think I could pass on the inside right now if I wanted to. Not unless I want to drive over the 35.
Looking inside. 3 wide. Too low. First is leading by 3
Oh
seconds.
yeah, being pushed.
Car up top. Just looking.
Inside here.
Got your door up top.
Ooh.
Go low.
Shows on a little indicator map there, Scotsman.
Side's clear.
Next to my mile per hour
Low.
is the damage
Is out.
indicator. I got some red tires, but I don't have any serious damage.
You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
No. I'm debating what I wanted to do, if I wanted to stay or come.
Get a run here. Just play
Yeah, I
it.
know, right?
Make this happen.
We're still not bad though. I mean, that was what, 12th or 13th caution. It's a long ways from 81 or even my personal best record of 96 and 15. So
We got this, buddy. Car on your rear.
I just need to get some green flag
Too
in.
low. We can do this. Gotta keep
It's
focused.
just not gonna.
Car inside at your door.
I don't know why it just doesn't want to turn. It's like it alternates between not wanting to turn and then being too loose. That's probably gonna be engine damage though. Yep.
I'm gonna need you to go out. The road will be open this time.
Kind of figured that was gonna be engine damage the way I hit pit wall. I'm lucky I didn't DNF on that. I'm gonna go back on the right side tire pressures because that was the major. That was the one change I made that I think did it. Thing is, if I'm right, Bumble, and I'd have to double check it to be sure. I think I do have that race up on my YouTube channel. I could be wrong though. I thought I had it still up there. You know what? While I'm under this pit stop, let me check, because I could have sworn that it was still there.
All 4 tires are worn and you need some gas. I think we can use a little more tape too. You've taken on some damage. Come on in and let us sort that out for you.
I did say, yeah, I did say repair the damage. Channel.
Get ready. Give me a nice smooth stop here, guys.
Yeah, it is on there. A challenge on NASCAR 15 is what I had it titled. So yeah, it is on there. I wasn't sure I still had it, or if it was still hanging there, but yeah, it is still there.
That was our fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys. Okay, go get it, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting your mark.
Yeah, that race sucked. It took 4 hours.
Let's do this now.
It took 4 hours. I had 96 cautions. I was actually probably going to win that race at some point. And I got together with Stenhouse to bring out the yellow and set up a green-white checker, and I got wrecked. And then we just had a rash of cautions where I got destroyed. And I ended up finishing dead last in it. What's ironic about that race is the driver I picked. After Mrucz did his first 100% Bristol stream, I was like, I think I can do this. And you know what? I'm going to take Jamie McMurray just to spite him. Yeah, it didn't go so hot. And it looks like we lost the 43 car in that wreck, so no more Eric Amarola. Yep. 43's out.
Gonna make a move. You gotta do it quick. Let's do it on this restart.
I just kind of want to give him a little motivation, like, hey, this can be done. It can be done. It's not as difficult as it looks.
First is leading by 3 seconds.
But,
Low side's clear.
come on.
Fight back.
Keep control, keep control. No.
We're under caution here.
I tried to slide that too much in there. Sorry, Carl.
You want that, buddy?
No. Even though we're starting like 39th. Actually, we're starting better than I thought. 30th.
We can get some positions right here.
63 complete, and we're already, what, was that 13 or 14? I have to look next time. Next one you get, I'll have to look.
Watch your inside. One inside.
That's what screws me over, is how much you have to pedal through the corner, and then that's when the AI just run you over.
One down low. Caution's out. Back her down.
Up 17. That was just 17 right there. Little bouncing off the wall and back into me. The Murray's in it. I think McDouche was the only one involved.
That road's open. Get a run here. Just play in our hands. We can make this happen.
Alright. Let's try this again. just gotta have a little patience myself through this. If I fall back to last, I fall back to last. We can manage from there. I just need to run some laps. What I need is them to pit under green. If they pit under green, I can gain some more track position, but we need them to stop wrecking enough so that we can get the green flag pit stops. Oh, somebody was on 2 wheels. I saw that. I saw that in my rearview mirror. Somebody was on 2 wheels. That was McDowell. And he was just leading the race a little bit ago. Oh, hi, Matt. The actual 1-2 from this race in 2013. I got to line up 27th and 28th.
Be smart now. Don't jump your restart. We can do this. We can get a great finish.
I just want to finish, crew chief. I just want to finish and not finish last. That's my 2 goals for the night. Finish and not finish last. I just got manhandled. Ambrose just manhandled me. Oh, and 19th caution. And they're wrecking even under yellow. Poor Casey Mears.
You want to come in?
Casey Mears with the Rodney Dangerfield quote, "I get no respect." Where are we at now? 17th. Okay. At least we'll be on the inside this time. Yeah.
Go low.
Just to set a benchmark, you know? To say, hey, I can do this.
Car inside. Driver in first.
That's gonna be another yellow.
Slow it down. Caution's out.
As much as I like the difficulty, I wonder if the issue with this just has to do with the difficulty it's set on. You know, maybe that's the key to it. Is something with the TV shit difficulty?
Car underneath. Car inside. Just looking.
I'm good. I gotta just not hit the wall. I just gotta not hit the wall.
Coming low.
If they hit it, that's one thing. I just don't want to hit it because that's gonna give me, damage.
Stay up.
And now it's tight again.
Time to go to work. Car inside at your door. Go up high.
God, it's like this thing either gets way extreme loose or way extreme tight. I can't get it in the middle.
The leader is 4 seconds.
Ooh, and I'm surprised Scott Speed did not. That was Scott Speed. Whoever that was. No, yeah, it was the. No, that was the 47. AJ, I believe. Yeah, AJ. No, that was Bobby Labonte. That's right, that was Bobby Labonte.
I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on the racetrack cleaning it up.
I'm surprised they didn't DNF the 47 right there, though. I was lucky enough to escape engine damage myself. The good news is I'm not running last as I come to pit road, so I guess there's that.
Okay, buddy. We're ready for you.
Should turn this back down.
gas, and we should fix up some of that damage.
Apologies for yawning.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Again, you know, that's my two goals. We don't want a DNF, and we don't want to, and we want to finish the race. I mean, that's. I don't want to finish in last, and I want to finish the race. Whatever you have to do to meet those two goals, that's what I'm going to do.
Nice job, boys. Great pit stop. Okay, let's get
And
back
actually,
to the road.
technically, we've already completed one goal. We're not going to finish last because the 43 DNF'd from this race, so we're not going to finish last.
Here before, buddy. Come on, let's pick it up. Got a car low. Nice and easy. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
If I could somehow get this thing to work up here,
One on the bottom.
I'd be a lot better off.
Car at your door. Down
But the
low.
car doesn't want to work on the top side. Dale, go.
One inside.
Really, Dale? Really? Oh, I had it saved.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
I had it saved. Damn it, I had it saved. I think Junior did me in. Yep. He finished me off. I had it saved and he finished me off.
Play that truck. Are you clear? Hey, Rosanna,
No
what
damage,
you
we're
with?
gonna keep going. Mickey Stenhouse is the leader.
Careful on the restart. Be patient. Don't pass on the inside.
Mickey Stenhouse Jr. is out front.
Car outside.
Surely nothing will go wrong this time.
First is leading by 3 seconds.
Damn it,
Oh
Burton.
man, keep that momentum. Keep that momentum. Watch your mirror. He's coming up fast. Clear right. Go up top. At your door on the bottom. Watch
Just
your
trying to be
inside.
tame around this hornet's
Coming on the
nest.
inside.
You're making progress.
3 wide. Too low.
Come on, Jamie, get out the way.
Clear left.
Come on, Jamie from Progressive. Nobody's used that joke from McMurray yet. Come on, Jamie from Progressive. Oh! Ah, yep, there they go.
Yellow flag. Yellow flag.
Oh, 23. Hey, 23XI. Until the game decides to pick me up. I'll just keep running here on the apron.
The safety crews are clear of the track.
Where are we up to now? 32nd. I've run more laps under caution than I have under green at this point.
Car inside. Keep digging. Okay, let's go.
There's just no way I haven't.
3 wide. Too low. Got one working the bottom. Left side's clear. 3 wide. 2 outside. Clear on the high side. Car outside. At your door.
I'll send a message from Mrucz. Kinda knocked Jamie sideways there. I'll send another message.
Right side's clear.
We're still through abreast.
Clear's 4
Oh.
seconds in front.
Hey, I saved it.
Good man. Nice save.
Being one spot. At the expense of Josh Wise. Or I should say, gained 1 spot, he says, at the expense of Josh Wise. Up the hill. Okay, I can't be optimistic here. I gotta be pessimistic. But if I'm gonna get what I want, I gotta be a little pessimistic about it. In case it doesn't happen, then I can't be, oh, well, why are you so pessimistic? They're so optimistic about it.
You got this. Nice work, man. Low side.
So like I say, this race is not gonna go green.
You're 6 seconds ahead. Car inside at your door. Car inside. Car approaching low. Car right behind you.
Still want to turn. I can't turn to the center.
Inside. Gotta just smooth, calm. 10-4. Clear left.
Okay, I'm definitely better than them once the tires start to wear, so that's good. That's why I needed to go green and not, you know, these repeated cautions. At least we're finally making a little bit of progress. I got good drive right from the center off. It seems like getting back to the gas, I'm good. But it's getting in is the problem. Ooh, could lose on exit.
Car on the bottom, 2 back.
Our tires are going away. That's part of the reason.
Coming low. Clear low.
Look at those right side tires are gone.
1 back, coming low. Clear on the left. Car 1 back.
So I'm basically having to run the top right now. I got no choice because the car won't hold the bottom.
1 back. Low side's clear. At your door on the bottom.
It's okay. I'll keep working it.
Closing on the bottom. Do your best, man.
Damn, it just does not want to stay.
6 seconds ahead. Inside's clear. Inside. Left side's clear. Come on, you just gotta be
We got
smooth and
1/5
calm.
down.
10-4.
Made it to lap 100. Man, this thing is still sideways.
7 seconds ahead to the lead car.
What's good is that the pack is still right here, so it's not like I'm lost a lot of ground to the main pack. It's here. I mean, I'm drifting out the corner right now. Damn it.
First is in front by 8 seconds.
It's odd exit that this thing just will not stick on exit. Oh, there's the yellow.
Going to caution.
I needed that caution.
Racetrack's clear. Pit road's open.
Bad emoji. Let's
Okay,
see
let's
the
get this stuff figured out.
how's we repair damage too. What else can I try? A little back up on the ledge again. Let's go right there. Edge. And try taking the pressures back to where I started the race on the left.
The car's taking a beating. We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas. Alright guys, we need to be smooth and fast here. In and out. Let's go.
Too far from the quarter mark in this race, so. Despite having like 20 something cautions in this thing, still making good time in it. Top 12 stayed out.
Great stop, guys. Good job.
Well, you know, we actually didn't start last this time.
Hey, it's time to push that pace now, buddy. Stay focused. We can do this. We can do this. Just gotta keep focused. High side's clear. Clear on the inside.
Oh. Ooh, there we go. That's good. That was a good time.
One outside.
Ooh, Junior way on the top side. Look at Junior go.
Caution's out. Roll out of the throttle, buddy.
Oh, Mark, no. Oh, Danica tried to follow him up there, and Speed was like, no, you're not going up here.
Clean up truck. I'm gonna need you to go out. The road will be open this time.
Yes, this time. No stop this time.
If you're gonna make a move, you gotta do it quick. Let's do it on this restart. One down low. Car underneath. Still inside.
So we're just gonna run you up the track. Oh, save it.
Slow it down. Caution's out.
Well, that's engine damage. I mean, I just got flat taken out by by Ryan Blaney. No, it was Dave in the 7. Yeah, it was Dave in the 7.
You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
You know, you got DNF'd by the Blaney. Go figure. Blaney, I like you. Why? Why you do me dirty like this? I wanted you to win the 2012 500.
Standing by. The crew's on the wall.
I don't know about you, but I don't think the engine's supposed to sound like that.
Your tires are worn out. You need gas. We should fix up some of that damage.
Yeah, he almost did. Like I said, I'll take a third out of the weekend, though. I mean, from all but spinning out and running back in the 20s for much of the day to finish third, I'll take it. Still would like to see him win a points race, though. It's more like I should say, I'm no mechanic, but I don't think the engine's supposed to sound like that.
Awesome job, guys. Great teamwork. Okay, let's get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these boys.
Oh, it's McMurray. Of course it's McMurray. Mrucz's favorite person. Mrucz's favorite person. Yeah, that checkup was real. Damn it, I was gonna run my best lap of the race too. They checked up at the wrong spot for me. Wow, I just walled the 34. Sorry, Reagan. Look, I know you want Dega in that 34, but... $27 is the number at the moment. And we're about 13 laps from the quarter mark. Well, now 10.
Hey, do what you do, buddy. We got one of the fastest cars here today. We can do this.
Crew Chief, I don't know if you got one of the fastest cars here, but...
Got one working the top.
You don't know, because we haven't been up front at all, so... Ooh, and they're gonna wreck me.
At your door. Yellow, yellow.
Yep. I say, if I'm gonna get spun, I might as well just make sure I don't damage the engine, you know? So I don't have to pit, like, every time.
That, buddy?
Alright.
Car outside.
I gotta play with this brake bias maybe a little bit.
Right's clear.
I don't think I'll shove me in the fence anyway.
Whoa, don't let her get away.
Ooh.
By your left side.
Really? Really? No caution for that? Okay. No caution for Bane basically coming across and dead stopping in front of me. I mean, that could have been a DNF right there, so I'm lucky I'm still running with no damage, but...
The leader is 6 seconds ahead.
That could have very easily have been a DNF right there. Brad leads. Jimmy's got the best lap. Makes me wonder, how the hell did I qualify 28th? How did I qualify 28th? If I hadn't been able to run any better than, it seems like, last, you know?
That's a full second you made up on the driver in front. Way to go, buddy.
Car's coming to me, though. Just gotta get the hang of it. Get the rhythm. Dard leads. And they're wrecking again.
To the lead car. Run your caution here.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Brakes, 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 brakes. Ah, come on. before I enter another one.
Now I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on the racetrack cleaning it up.
I gotta stay out here. I need some track position.
One on the bottom. Come on, work your way to the front.
Past the quarter mark.
Wide, too low.
I don't care if I don't care if I gotta pinch and squeeze them. I'll pinch and squeeze them if I have to. It just means getting off the corner without getting shoved into the fence, you know? Ooh, and I just doored Logano.
Going to caution.
Saved it.
That road's open.
Alright. I guess there is one thing I could try.
Okay, let's do this. In and out.
We'll try that. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll try it.
All four tires are worn and you need some gas. I think we can use a little more tape too. You're not going to be getting your fastest lap times with that much damage. So how about we do some quick repairs? Let's go to work, boys. Here we go.
It's so much wait time under the cautions, you know, and pit stops. Alrighty.
Great stuff.
Oh, we lost another car.
Good job. In and out. It's all you now, buddy.
Now, 41 cars left in the
Good stuff, buddy.
race.
All the difference. He'll start the tail of the field. We can do this. Gotta keep focused.
There we go, that might work.
Clear on the left.
As I say, they just nail the wall. It is working a little bit.
Car high. Go to the low side.
Don't go over the 6. Tap, tap, tap.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Rework it again.
2 outside. Caution's up.
31st. Good time. We are past the quarter mark in this race, so that's good.
Racetrack's clear. You want to come in?
Not good that we're also way past the quarter mark in terms of the caution record for this. So,
Get a good run here. Just play in our hands. We can make this happen. Car approaching low. 3 wide. Too low.
jeez.
Car inside at your door. Watch your rear. Got one work at the bottom. There's a spin right in
Yep.
front. The leader is 4 seconds in front.
No caution though. Okay.
At your
Alright, I'm okay with that.
Car up top, just looking.
I'm okay with that.
On your bumper.
Give me some breathing room.
Clear right. Got car low.
Tony.
He's coming on the outside. Looking low.
Wow, Junior's manhandled me again. That's the second time this race he's manhandled me.
Let's go. We gotta step it up.
And I just got shoved into the outside wall.
Looking inside. Closing on the bottom. Car closing on
Who that one who basically Ross Chastained me like he did the Hamlin at Gateway, but yeah, they just yeeted me off into the corner and didn't care where I came out.
One inside. Left side's clear. Leader 6 seconds ahead.
See, even I gain a little bit, it immediately takes it away.
Low side. Clear left side.
Ooh, I was way off track there.
Try to get away from that
Damn
wall.
it.
Find some space. Keep working it, man.
Couldn't
Whoa,
keep it
caution's
off the
out,
fence.
caution's out.
Alright, you know what, I'm gonna try this. Maybe I'll try a little
The safety crew
more
is clear
adjustment.
of the track. The road will be open this time.
$140 down. $360 to go.
Crew's on the wall and ready.
To offset the pressures.
The car's taking a beating. We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas. All right, let's make it count, boys. Be ready. Be ready. That was our fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys.
Alright.
Okay, go get it, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting your mark. They'll start at the tail of the field. Come on, let's do this now. It's time to go to work. Looking really good, buddy. Looking high. Clear high. The leader is 4 seconds in front.
33 so far.
You coming in, buddy? You staying out? One up top. 3 wide, 2 high. 3 wide, 3 wide. You're in the middle. Clear left.
Just trying to
3 wide,
lap
2 low.
it. Nope, you're gonna drive me into the fence.
Gotta spin behind
We're
you.
gonna get a little
Going.
yellow here.
One
I
back,
think
going
I'm
low.
gonna save it
About 3 seconds.
if I don't get pile driven.
Car underneath. Caution
And they're still
down,
wrecking.
back down.
I still have yet. Okay, now I'm spinning. Almost spoke too soon. I was gonna say I haven't spun yet.
Clean up truck, I'm gonna need
Yeah, still gonna put me for 41st though.
What do you want to do? Hey, do what you do, buddy. You got one of the fastest cars here today. We can do this. Car up top. Let's go to work now, buddy. Come on. One up top. 3 wide. 3 wide. You're in the middle. You're doing it today.
Christ, Kenseth.
Left side's clear.
Just drill me in the door, why don't you?
Three back, coming low. One on the bottom. Car inside, trying to get to your corner. Car on the bottom, 3 back. Clear left side. He's coming on the inside. Clear on the left. Two back, coming low. Clear left. There's 5-second gap between you and the leader. Car at your door, down low, at your door. Yellow flag, yellow, yellow, yellow. Now I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on the racetrack cleaning it up. Okay, buddy?
I just don't know why this thing won't turn. It's like it's either doesn't turn or I'm wrecking loose. I can't get the balance. All right.
The crew's on the wall. Let's go. Get plenty of fuel in there. Let's change those old tires.
Almost forgot to repair the damage. That would be an oopsie on my part.
Okay, boys. Safe and smart. Here we go.
I think this would pretty much be the challenge now, from now on, you know?
Nice job, boys.
The NASCAR video game challenge.
We got a real good car
You
here.
can get the game for PC, do 100% at Bristol and see if you survive. Day or night. Engine temperature is pretty good. I could probably go off with run some tape. Ooh.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Oh, there's yellow number 36. Menard got yeeted down to the inside.
Clean up truck, are you clear? Arrow's now open. What do you want to do?
Back to the car indicator. You know, I'm with you, Bumble. I like my 15 because I like my league racing that I did on 15, but honestly, of the Technic games, 11 was my favorite. I agree with you on that.
We got this, buddy. We're up high.
I didn't like Inside Line or this one as much.
Outside. We're on the high side.
Okay, we're up to 16th. We're making progress. Well, forward progress is some progress, right?
Watch your mirror, he's coming up fast. And clear. R1 back. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. He's charging.
Can't get logged into getting off his bottom at the moment. What up, puzzling?
R approaching your rear. R2 back.
64 complete.
At your door. Up top at your door. Still up high.
Damn it, Biffle, either get out of the way or go.
Caution's up.
Kinda get frustrated with Biffle there. It's like, either get out of the way or go. Unfortunately, poor Casey Mears. Man, Trevor Bain almost went up underneath, or excuse me, Pastrada almost went underneath Biffle.
Your road will be open this time.
I can remember I was as high as 5th in this race at one point. That's the highest I've been so far.
Car up top. The leader's a second ahead. 3 wide.
Gotta
You're
beat
in
him
the
off the corner. There we go, beat him off the corner. I can just try to hang it low as best I can.
middle. Car approaching low.
Still a little tight though.
Car outside. At your door.
Maybe up a little bit brake bias wise. I don't want to let it up too much.
Did he just do that to you? Got car closing on your outside. R1 back. High side. Coming low. He's coming high. Nice. Top 10. Okay, let's hustle.
Where did you want to?
Got one working the top.
I had to get inside of Bain there. Oh, we were 4. How the hell did we make it 4 wide without wrecking?
Momentum. Slow it down.
They wrecked behind us, but I don't know how the hell we made it 4 wide without wrecking. Oh yeah, they wrecked behind us. What?
Racetrack's clear.
Where was he going? I think the 30 car just showed up on radar somewhere.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Nice clean start here. No pass before the start finish line.
171 to go, or 171, excuse me, complete, excuse me, not to go. I don't know why I said to go.
One outside. Got one work at the bottom.
And then I gotta clear him off this corner on the inside.
Inside
Oh,
clear.
they're wrecking.
Waving the yellow. Caution's out.
I did get through it, but well, Carl's back up here, so is Matt. Oh, Porturex.
You want to come in?
At this point, no. I think I can maintain where I'm at. It's the highest I've been today. I've yet to lead a lap in this race, too. Turn and bias. Can I make it around the corner by make it around the bottom? Almost.
Looking really good, buddy. The leader's a second ahead.
Nope, they just forced me off the bottom, and there I go.
Okay, let's go get him.
Don't. Yep.
Joe is out. Going to caution. Going to caution.
Honestly, I think if I attempt this again at some point, I should just turn the tire wear off, because it seems like the tire wear is a big issue. You literally cannot stay out.
Need you to go out. Pit road's open.
You have to pit for tires no matter what, because they just eat you up. You try to stay out. Which is a shame, because the car was handling really good there for a moment. Once again, it seems like 5th place seems to be my limit so far tonight. Seems like I can get there, when I get there it seems like I hit a wall, both literally and physically.
Fuel. Let's go with 2 tires. Cruise on the wall and ready.
Oh yeah. I'll repair whatever damage I have.
Your tires are worn out, you need gas, and we should fix up some of that damage. Alright guys, let's get ready.
How am I doing time-wise compared to Mrucz Bumble? I jumped in there to update at one point, and then I was going to do it later on, and I forgot to double-check at the end. I did rewatch it later to see what happened at the end, but curious as how I'm doing time-wise versus him.
Okay, go get him, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting
If I've been slowed down more, or if I've actually been quicker.
Nobody's gonna pull over and make it easy
Okay.
for us today. Gotta go get
Easy,
it.
easy. Ooh,
Clear up top.
7. Come on, Robbie.
Right's clear.
Yeah, it's the tires.
Go low. Like we said today, nice and smooth. Stay focused.
I may just have to honestly fire 4 tires if there's every chance I get, because if I got fresher tires in the AI, I can easily slice through the field.
Right's all clear, bud. Car outside.
Oh, and that... No, surprisingly, it was not a yellow. I thought they were gone there. I thought that was going to be a yellow right there, but surprisingly not.
3 wide, too high.
Ooh. Ooh, don't spin, don't spin, don't spin.
3 wide.
Spin.
3 wide. You're in the middle.
Maintain. I hate being on the top side,
Close on
though.
the inside.
There we go, back at the bottom. If they didn't check up so badly on the bottom, we'd be alright, but... Okay, we got a little more spread out, so we might be okay at least for a few here.
The leader is 10 seconds ahead. Just keep a good pace. You're doing good. Clear right.
Yeah, I'm doing about as good as anybody that's running 36 would be, you know?
And on the bottom. We've been here before, buddy. Come on, let's pick it up.
Somebody else just got the inside wall.
Left
Hamlin
side's
did.
clear.
Thanks for the block, Hamlin. You helped me out with Kozlowski at least. We got Regan Smith leading a little bit at 51. We're loose. So this is what I want. I want this to try to stay green. As I say, as I almost put Pagano in the fence again and cause a yellow. I mean, some people would like the fact to put Pagano on the fence, but I don't want the yellow. Right now I have a tire advantage over much of the field, so I want to have that advantage at the moment. Get some track position. Oh, so I bounce it off the wall. So I'm just going to drive through it. Nope. Just snaps loose again. I don't know how the 30 car is still running right now. Considering it had its own call sign earlier in the race. He was trying out for Top Gun school. Or the Top Gun Academy. Okay, now I got some track position, now I'm gonna pit. I got some track position, I wasn't in the caution.
You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
I'm trying to put some tape on it too. Everything.
Okay,
Any damage. Up the grill tape. Doing more offset on tire. A little bit more.
The car's taking a beating. We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas. All right, let's make it count, boys.
Oh, and they're wrecking under yellow in turn 1 and 2. I see that. Oh, yeah. Just mayhem down in 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2, excuse me. Oh, they just keep piling in. Let's see, did that help us out? Where are we at? 37. Yeah, it's some good spots. Him and Gordon must have been a lap down.
Just like we practiced. Like I said, we got a real good car here. Just take care of it, buddy.
Alright, let's see what we can do now.
Come on, buddy. We've got to work for that money. One on the bottom.
Wow. Okay.
The leader is 4 seconds in front.
Travis Pastrana just said, screw you. It just completely sent it. Took poor David Stremme with him.
Clean up truck. Are you clear?
Only 4 cars pit. Or 5 pits, excuse me, not 4. Back green. The top wouldn't be too bad if either A, they didn't run you over when you were on the top,
Move up high. Car underneath. 3 wide.
and
2
B,
on
if you
the
could
side.
maintain up
Yellow
there.
flag, yellow flag.
Newman got yeeted out of the back.
The road will be open this time.
We've reached the old standard for a full field, 43. At least for this game, anyway, that was the standard field size, was 43.
Car inside at your door.
I barely used my tires.
Car at your door. Down low. At your door.
And I get yeeted into the wall again.
Car down low. Coming on the high side.
And try to get low, and that's when they check up.
Car outside. At your door.
Yeah. I'm close to the halfway. I'm almost halfway to 90, and I'm not even halfway in the race yet, so. My own personal record could fall
3 back. Coming low. Okay, man.
if this keeps up.
Nice and smooth. Nobody's gonna
There we
make
go,
it
they're
easy for us
checking up on the
today,
inside. That could be big
bud. 3
here.
wide. Too low.
I don't want to be inside. Oh, I gotta clear him off that corner.
Car closing on the inside.
God damn it, McMurray.
Whoa! Caution's out. Caution's out.
I dare you wreck old man Mark. Old man Martin. That's what happens when you try to force your nose in there 3 wide. Lap 200. Well, we're past the 200 mark.
Car at your door. Up top at your door. 3 wide. 3 wide. You're in the middle.
It's okay. I'm good with 2.
1 back.
You gotta go more than 2.
Driver in first. 2 seconds ahead.
More than 2, we're gonna get in trouble. Oh, the 47's in trouble, and I'm in the wall!
Caution's out. Back her down.
I might have some hub damage. I might try to stay out on the hub damage, though. Because I was making progress there. You see how bad it is?
The road's now open. What do you want to do?
I could go a little further. Yeah, nah, fuck, I waited too late. I waited too late. I was gonna come.
Car inside.
That's the thing. I just want to catch a caution where I can pin under caution, but not be the cause of the caution. And I have to start all the way to the back of the field, you know?
Car inside. Just looking. Clear left.
There we go. Now we're rolling.
He's charging. Car right behind you.
They're grouping up here. I don't like the fact that they're grouping up.
Car high. Watch your inside.
Oh, jeez.
Check your
No,
inside.
save it. No.
Not cool. We're under caution here.
Damn it. I'd made real progress, too. Damn it.
The safety crews are clear of the track. That road's open.
Nope, I do more than race stream. I try to do more than just race streams. Stinky, so. Made so much progress too. I was up to 7th. Once again, I can get to the top 10. I just can't crack past 5th place. The good news is at least the handling is there. I just need to keep firing fresh tires on it after a little bit. And just keep taking care of my stuff. I mean, the first goal is obviously to finish the thing. It's that's my first goal is let's finish this, but then we'll worry about where we finish.
Okay, gas her up. Let's take 4 tires. Be ready, guys. Let's hustle here.
We're gonna restart. Yeah, last.
Nice
Hey,
job, boys. Great pit stop. Doing great, buddy. That pit stop's gonna make all the difference. You'll start at the tail of the field. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Step it up. Lights all clear, bud. Keep it steady. Got one working the top. Car up top, just looking. Outside. 3 wide, 2
Yeah,
outside.
this thing does like the bottom on new tires, though.
Got your door up top.
It's a matter of keeping it there. And that 47 is so slow that he is really holding up the field.
We're up high. Car inside, just looking. Car inside you. Closing on the bottom. Got one working the bottom. Put it on the left.
Oh, they're bound. Yeah, they could wreck here again.
Leading by 3 seconds.
I say the left of this.
3 wide, 2 high.
If they do wreck again, you don't want to be the victim in it. Damn it, Danica.
3 wide, you're in the middle. You're doing great, man.
Okay, I actually corrected myself out of that. I let them wreck themselves. Actually let them wreck themselves.
Racetrack's clear. You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
15th. How about front row Joe?
You stay in your lane to cross the start-finish line.
Nemechek leads.
One outside. Watch your inside. Car inside at your door. On your right side.
I just got shoved off the track again.
Car in line with you. Looking inside. Car up high.
Ooh, Kurt just killed the wall in 4. Alright, that took a little time to respawn. Hey, Jimmy, number of cautions.
Your road's now open. Crew's on the wall. One up top. Okay, hunt him down. At your door up top. Keep a good pace. You're doing great. Got one working the top.
Yeah, but to just
Car at
keep
your
it
door.
up there,
Top at your door.
you know?
Go to the low side. Right side's clear. At your door on the bottom.
Oh, that's
Low
cool.
side. 3 wide. 3
Yeah,
wide.
you
You're
have
in
to
the
get
middle.
freight trained.
One
Come on, Robbie, go.
Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
Now,
R2 back.
Gary Owen does battle tracks. Yeah. I think this is a battle track at the moment.
Clear down low.
Okay, center in the Robbie. Jamie White.
3 wide, too low. Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna come fire 4 at it. You see, it seems like McDouche thinks I'm Mrucz because he just has it out for me tonight. Yeah, come fire 4 at it. Can go one more tape? Yeah, we don't have. We haven't really used. Or haven't really got the engine hot, so I'm gonna put a little more tape on it.
Your tires are worn out and you need gas, and we should fix up some of that damage. Alright guys, we need to be smooth and fast here. In and out. Let's go.
$36.
Awesome
It's
job,
started
guys.
on the top
Great
side,
teamwork.
but
Okay, let's get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these boys.
should be able to gain some positions on these fresh tires. It's just gonna be a matter of
Coming low.
not getting run over while I'm trying to gain these positions, you know?
Really good right here. Whoa, caution.
Whoa, what the? What was that? Okay. I don't know what that was. Oh, McMurray was... the car glitched on track. Oh, and they just pile drived him. Thankfully nobody DNF'd out of that. Well, what a way to bring out the 50th caution in this race.
The safety crews are clear of the track. Your road's now open.
I might end up trying this again no matter what the outcome is, because I'm curious to see if you turn tire wear completely off, if it helps with the, or low, like 1, if it will
First is leading by 3 seconds.
affect the AI in any way.
Caution's out.
Hub damage. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna run with the hub damage. As long as the tires are still good, I'm gonna run with the hub damage. I'm used to driving with hub damage. Back in my days on 14, I'd drive with it. 14 and 15. This makes the car tighter.
Car up top. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. Car up high. Car down low. 3 wide, you're in the middle.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Looking high. He's coming on the inside. He's coming on the outside.
4 behind me. Now watch out for Danica. Danica's been aggressive. With Danica and McMurray, the two I need to watch this race because they just like have it out for me this race.
Yep, caution's out. Roll out of the throttle,
Yep.
buddy.
Oh, Biffle was already in the wall and they squeezed back together.
Now I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck.
Yeah, 16th. 16th.
Don't pass before the start line. Last thing we need is drive-through. One down low.
We might as well be 8 wide.
We'll get him next time, buddy.
And I just got
Eyes on the front.
shoved.
Let's do this now. Car underneath. Check your inside. Nice.
You know what, I'll give it back to Joey then at least. Oh, and they're wrecking again.
Caution's out.
Still have relatively fresh tires though, that's the thing.
You want to come in?
I'm debating pitting here, but at the same time it's like I have fresh tires. Yeah, screw it.
Okay, let's do this. In and out.
Might as well come in and at least repair it.
All 4 tires are worn and you need some gas. And I think we could use a little more tape too. You've taken on some damage. Come on in and let us sort that out for you. Get ready. Give me a nice smooth stop here, guys.
You can definitely tell looking at some of these cars that we've definitely run at Bristol. If I saw these cars like in this shape at a track other than Bristol, I'd be seriously questioning what the hell went on.
Nice pit stop right there. Just like we practiced. Okay, it's time to push that pace now, buddy. Stay focused. We can do this.
Alright. Yes, you're right, crew chief. We can do this.
Car outside. At your door. Come on, let's do this now. It's time to go to work.
And of course the whole inside checks up.
Right side's
I almost
clear.
get wrecked as a result.
Both sides clear.
We did lose somebody there. And now there's a car sitting on the track.
One up top.
I actually did that bumble. I did it on 15. I actually think I may have even done it on here. I'm not sure which one I did it on, but yeah, I did do the Martinsville 100%. It wasn't as chaotic
4
as
seconds
this.
in front.
My next one I'm glad to have to do is Richmond. Which is on my list, you know. I think that's the next one I'd have to do, and... okay.
Clear up top.
Wow, I'm shocked that wasn't a caution. I basically knocked Stenhouse into Kozlowski, and somehow that wasn't a caution. That's why I'm wondering if the short tracks, if Richmond will be the middle road between the two. The absolute chaos that Bristol is versus the, you know,
Keep rolling.
snooze fest of Martinsville was.
Go high. Left side's clear.
Bane.
High side's clear.
Oh, there goes Danica. Oh, back into traffic. Yeah, good stretch here going.
Clean up truck. I'm
Without a
gonna
yellow,
need
I
you to go
mean.
out.
Up to 26. Almost to the halfway mark.
Got one work at the bottom. Keep the momentum. Let's go. 3 wide, too low.
I'll try to keep it off, at least off the wall.
Inside. Low side. Car outside. Trying to get to your corner. Caution's out. Back her down. The road will be open this time.
I can't constitute coming to pit road right now.
Careful on the restart. Be patient. Don't pass on the inside. First is leading by 3 seconds. 3 wide, 2 inside. You got this. Nice work, man.
I'm. Oh, come on.
Car inside.
Used to the outside wall again.
Right on you. We're under caution here.
Like you just can't restart on the top line here. You start on the top line here, they just basically squeeze you into the fence.
How's the racetrack look, caution car? You want to pit, buddy?
At this point, I'm committed. At this point, we're committed. Even if I DNF, I'm committed to. You know, this is it tonight. We're gonna reach the halfway point here, so official race no matter what. So if I DNF, that's it. I DNF. At least this attempt.
We're ready when you are, pal. The car's taking a beating. We need to do some fast repairs. And you'll
Yeah,
need
I'd say it's
tires and
taking a
gas.
beating. I'd say it's taking a beating, crew chief.
Remember what we practiced. Let's do this. Great stuff, guys. Good job. In and out. It's all you now,
Halfway.
buddy. Doing great, buddy. That pit stop's gonna make
When we
all
come
the
to the restart, it'll be halfway. 55 cautions
The leader is 4 seconds in
at
front.
halfway.
Gotta just be smooth, calm. 10-4.
Please don't tell me I'm going to hit 100. If that's the trend.
We got this, buddy.
Come on, Junior.
Clear left side.
Oh, there we go again. Well, 57.
The road's now open. What do you want to do?
Yeah, there they go again.
Goes out. Going to caution. Going to caution. Pit road's open.
It's the 23rd right now.
Be smart now. Don't jump your restart. We can do this. We can get a great finish. High side. Far inside. Trying to get to your corner.
Come on.
Far inside.
Come on, cut me a break.
Waving the yellow. Caution's out.
And we get spun again.
Racetrack's clear. You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
Might as well.
Okay, do a splash of fuel. I want to put 2 tires on it this time. 10-4. Okay, let's get this stuff figured out. Your tires are worn out and you need gas, and we should fix up some of that damage. Let's go to work, boys. Here we go.
Yes, it is. Actually, no, I think we're at 59.
That was our fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys. Okay, let's get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these boys. They'll start at the tail of the field. Let's go to work now, buddy. Come on. The leader is 4 seconds in front. Come on, man. Keep that momentum. Keep that momentum. 3 wide, 2 inside. Car up high. Yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Cleanup truck, are you clear? They're road. Car outside you. Coming low. Caution's out.
61st caution.
Your road's now open. Cruise on the... If you want to make a move, you got to do it quick. Let's do it on this restart.
I'm trying, crew chief. Damn, I gave the bottom up.
Inside. Move up high.
If they stay single file, I might be okay. If we get 2 and 3 wide, I'm screwed.
Car outside you. 3 wide. 3 wide. You're in the middle. Yellow, yellow.
62. And we're taking laps away. I guess it's the only benefit of all these cautions is we are taking laps away.
One outside. One on the bottom. Right's clear.
Stay, don't spin. There we go. Or don't turn.
Nobody's gonna pull over and make it easy for us today. Gotta go get it. Coming high. Yellow flag, yellow flag. You wanna pit, buddy?
Might as well.
We're ready for you, buddy.
I think the AI is so bad you could easily end up with a race with 100 cautions.
We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas.
Not that I want to see that happen in this race, but
Okay, boys, here we go. Way to go, boys. Nice pit stop. Like I said, we got a real good car here. Just take care of it, buddy.
229 to go.
Inside. We've been here before, buddy. Come on, let's pick it up. We're on the inside. Go low, go low.
Oh, Montoya's out of the race. That's the other one, so it's the 42 and 43 that are out of the race right now.
Car at your door. Up top at your door. Clear right. Clear left.
I guess the good news is the fact that I'm actually keeping up with them as far as earlier in the race. Okay.
Clean up truck, I'm gonna need you to go out. We can get some positions right here. Don't jump the restart. No passing before you get past the start finish line. Got one working the top. One up top. Three wide, you're in the middle.
send that one.
Closing on the bottom. Inside. Whoa, caution's out. Caution's out. You coming in, buddy? You staying out? Okay, do what you do, buddy. We got one of the fastest cars here today. We can do this. Car inside you. Car approaching low. One inside. Car up top. First is leading by 3 seconds. Got one working the bottom. Car inside. Caution's out. Back her down. The safety crews are clear of the track. You want to come in? Car at your door. Up top at your door. Three wide. Three wide. You're in the middle. Just keep a good pace. You're doing good. Car outside. At your door. Clear on the outside. Clear on the left. He's coming on the inside. Closing on the bottom. Okay, let's
It's
go.
like the game wants me to run either dead last or get dumped by the AI in
Watch your
mid-pack.
inside. Three wide. Two inside.
'Cause that's the fate I'm in right now.
Check your inside. Inside. Clear low. 7 seconds ahead to the lead car.
Don't wreck, don't wreck, don't wreck.
Come on. The leader is 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah, I think if I do this again, I'm just gonna turn tire wear real low. This is just ridiculous. How much is the difference in tires? And then they just blow right by, and suddenly you're almost 2 seconds slower.
That's it. Little by little, you gained a tenth on the guy in front.
Might as well go more tape. We're not getting any engine temperature, bad engine temperature, so I might as well.
All four tires are worn and you need some gas. And I think we can use a little more tape too. That damage is going to affect performance. We should probably do some fast repairs. Alright guys, let's get ready. That was our fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys. Okay, go get it, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting your mark. We can do this. Gotta keep focused. Outside. First is leading by 3 seconds. Car outside. You got this. Nice work, man. One outside. 3 wide, 2 high. Yeah, caution's out. Roll out the throttle, buddy.
Well, I reached the nice number. In terms of cautions.
Racetrack's clear. You want to pit, buddy? You gotta get a run here. Just play in our hands. We can make this happen.
200 to go.
Hard inside you.
60% mark of this
Hard
race.
inside at your door. Inside.
Not yet.
Car approaching low.
Not yet, ain't it?
Coming low. Slow it down. Caution's out.
But I'm getting there.
Your road's now open. Cruise on the wall.
Yeah. I actually did this to begin with. I did 100% on 15.
Car down low.
I had 96 cautions
Inside's clear.
when I did it 100% on 15.
3 wide. 3 wide. You're in the middle.
I was like, okay, I saw 13. I was like, I've seen Mrucz doing this. I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And well, the first attempt didn't go so hot. I made it, I think, just past the, right around the quarter mark, and then I was running this Kurt and DNF'd. So I was like, no, I'm not going to try this again. Shelved it. I saw Mrucz's stream from the other night, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this again. So 306 laps later, here we are. 306 and 71 plus cautions later, here we are.
High side. Nobody's gonna make it easy for us today, buddy. At your door on the bottom.
I mean, the AI is just
Your car's a mess, man.
beating the hell out of me.
Waving the yellow. Caution's out.
I'm basically the AI punching bag at this point.
You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
started this, I had 2 goals. Finish, or not finish last, so... Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine doing this on, well... whether it was 15 or 13 or any one of the Technics pistols. Namely these last 3, 13, 15, and 14, or 13, 14, and 15.
The right side tires are worn out, and you need a splash of gas. Okay, let's do this. In and out.
That's because, Drew, this is the PC version. I kind of already somewhat pointed that out, and I pointed out when Mrucz first did it, that there must be some difference between the PC and console, and then when Black Flags Matter, when Darian did his video on Mrucz having his 81 cautions, like, yeah, it's got to be something with PC versus console. And for some reason, the AI is just ramped up.
Alright guys, we need to be smooth and fast here. In and out. Let's go.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just so weird to me because like Drew said, I had the same thing where the console was not this bad. For some reason, the PC version of the game, the AI just goes crazy with the Technics games.
Nice pit stop right there. Just like we practiced. Okay, it's time to push that pace now, buddy. Stay focused. We can do this. We can do this. Just gotta keep focused.
Oh yeah, we had another car DNF.
Put it on the left.
There are 40 cars in this race.
The leader is 4 seconds in front. Car up top. Yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
The funny thing is, at least from what I've seen anyway, I would still take this over 21 Ignition. Even if it was like this. Even if 22 had a Bristol like this, I would still take it from what I've seen, the issues that 21 has had, so... Exactly. Exactly, Drew.
Go and make a move. You gotta do it quick. Do it on this restart.
And see, that's where I would beg to differ a little bit.
That car low.
If I was going to do a 100% race, I would rather do it with heat than do it with...
First is leading by
do it like heat 4 or 5 versus doing it with this.
3 wide, 2 inside.
But if I'm doing like you said you were doing for your season, like 30%, yeah, I'd do it with this.
Inside.
Because you can at least have a fairly decent race.
Whoa, don't lose your
No.
way.
Damn it.
Ah, it's bad, buddy. A lot of damage. Coming low.
Well, the good news is I did DNF,
Letting
so
by,
at least I'm still running.
Stay on the
But I need them to get recce like now.
Coming on the high side. Car high. He's coming on the outside.
But again, the low horsepower may allow me to keep the keep the inside.
That's a full second you made up on the driver in front. Way to go, buddy. Right's clear.
And as much as it sucks having a damaged engine,
Let him pass. On your right side. Come on, you just gotta be smooth and calm. 10-4. We're under caution here.
well, obviously we're gonna have to pit. I gotta repair the damage.
Need to go out. Road's open.
185 to go. Still running. I'm still here.
Awesome job, guys. Great teamwork. Like I said, we got a real good car here. Just take care of it, buddy.
We can make it. I'm bound and determined to make this 500 lap distance.
We gotta go to work now. We gotta go to work. We're on the high side. Okay, and nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. One inside. There's 5-second gap between you and the leader. Car underneath. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Clean up truck, are you clear? Arrows now open. Move down low. Three wide, you're in the middle. Two back, coming low.
Yeah, I should be the one to force at 3. 'Cause they keep forcing 3.
Fight back, man, fight back. Three wide, two outside.
And somehow or another, that was not a caution.
Whoa,
That
spin
was.
ahead. Yellow's out, going to caution, going to caution. The road will be open this time. No one working the top. Still right there. First is leading by 3 seconds. They're waving the yellow, caution's out. The safety crews are clear of the track. You wanna come? Car outside. Come on, buddy. We gotta work for that money. Car on the bottom, two back. Car inside you.
Keep just jamming it up the inside, and I keep getting turned on the restarts.
Three wide, too low.
I can't hold the bottom, and I keep getting spun on the restarts.
One down low.
And lose all the track position.
Still inside.
And when I try to get it back, they wreck again, you know? Rinse, cycle, repeat.
High side's clear. Come on, man. Stay off the wall. 10-4. Whoa! Caution's out. Caution's out. I've got a clean-up truck and a vacuum truck out on the racetrack cleaning it up. You want to pit, buddy?
I don't think I'm going to finish any better than 40th. Not if this cycle just keeps repeating like it is. I think we're going to finish. But I don't think we're going to finish, not going to finish any better than 40th. I still think this is the challenge, though. The Ultimate NASCAR 13 Challenge. Can you beat Bristol at 100% with cautions on? Actually, it's more like, can you survive with damaging cautions on?
Okay, buddy. We're ready for you. Your tires are worn and you need some gas. I think we could use a little more tape too. You're taking on some damage. Come on in and let us sort that out for you.
Find out after a message from our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. I can't view the poll right now because if I click, it'll take me off of the game. It drops the game down. It doesn't keep the screen up, so
Great stuff, guys.
unfortunately I can't view the poll to see what the question is and what the answers are.
Push that pace now, buddy. Stay focused. We can do this. You'll start at the tail of the field. Car inside. Keep digging. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Step it up. Go down low. Car outside you.
Ooh, I'm up the hill.
Outside. One outside. First is leading.
Ooh, direct snapped. Ooh, I got snapped. Oh, they're wrecking ahead of us anyway. Never mind. They're wrecking ahead of us. Well, I'm 2 away from time, Mrucz.
Truck, I'm gonna need you to go out. You wanna come in?
And I still got 178 to go. Or 68 to go, excuse me, we were at 332.
Careful on the restart. Be patient.
166 to
Go
go.
fast on the inside.
We've run as many laps as a race at Texas. Or should I say 100% are at Texas?
One back. Doing great, man. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
Burping the throttle like that. Seems to be working.
Watch your rear. Car up high. Car outside. At your door. Outside.
Ah, I slid it too far. Okay, no, I'm good. On the wrecking anyway. Biff will just wrecked hard. There's 80. Hey, we reached the Mrucz number of cautions.
Is it clear? Your road's now open. Crew's on the wall.
Else. If I like restarting on the outside, but
Car underneath. Got one behind you. Last side's clear.
I gotta get some separation when I can get to the inside.
3 wide, 2 outside. Car up top. Looking low. Okay, let's go get it.
Oh, come on!
Roll out the throttle, buddy.
83 sent it up the inside, and I got spun again. After we were already 4, he sends it up the inside.
Clean up truck, are you clear? The road's now open. What do you want to do?
There's 91. Or 81.
Crew's on the wall and ready.
I've already done it a couple times in this race too.
Okay, boys.
I'm actually surprised I haven't DNF'd yet.
Way to go, boys. Nice pit stop. Doing great, buddy.
Just lost another car too. We got 39 cars left in the race now. With 159 to go. Bush. Oh, there's Mrucz's record. We shattered that. That's 82.
Racetrack's clear. You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
Yeah, they just want to wreck me at this point because they keep restarting me on this top lane, so... Because the AI is just setting up to wreck me at this point.
Got a car behind. Okay, behind you. Car inside, trying to get to your corner. Car inside at your door. At your door, up top. Clear up top.
There we go.
Car right behind you. Caution is out.
Well, we now have as many cautions as Jimmy Johnson has cup wins.
The road will be open this time. Okay, here we go. Car up high. Car approaching low. Keep rolling. Lights all clear, bud. On your bumper. Car 3 back. Looking outside.
Vickers leads.
Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. Car at your door. Up top at your door. Move down low. Closing on the bottom. Car outside you.
I think I got a little bit of engine damage.
3 wide, you're in the middle. We're just as fast as him, let's chase him back down. Caution's up.
84. Kenseth goes around.
Clean up truck, I'm gonna need you to go out.
Yep.
That road's open.
150 to go. Back in the top 10.
Start line, or you get black flag. Car outside, at your door. Looking inside. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Car outside, trying to get to your corner. The leader's a second ahead. Cover your outside. 1 outside. Looks really good right here. 1 up top. Watch your outside. Yellow's out. Going to caution.
85.
Going to caution.
My record is 96.
You want to come in?
So, in a race. That was on 15. God, I hate restarting on the top lane. I love that I have track position, but I hate restarting on the top lane. No, I can't. God damn.
Car inside, just
I
look.
hate that I have to restart all the time, man.
He's coming on the outside. Okay, hunt him down. Caution's out.
Wreck, win, or finish, you know? "86 cautions."
I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on a racetrack cleaning it.
Back to 8.
Car inside you. Low side. Looking
Here's the
really
key
good,
is I
bud.
just got a flat foot it coming off the corner.
Three wide. Three
Oh,
wide. You're in the
jeez.
middle.
Oh, come on.
Outside. Go high. Go high.
Come on, I can make that.
Up high.
Let's just squeeze back in. There we go, get low.
Got one working the top.
I gotta basically park it here on the bottom.
Car outside you. At your door on the bottom. Clear on the high side. Okay, come on, buddy. Focus. Let's get that back. Yellow flag. Yellow flag.
Tires are gone, I'm gonna have to pit.
The safety crews are clear of the track.
You want to pit, buddy?
I hate to give it the track position, but I have to at this point. That's 87. Cream, I damn near hit 100.
Two tires and a splash, I reckon. And we're gonna put some tape on. Standing by. The crew's on the wall.
Some hobo. Some of the polls that get put up, especially during the race streams.
The
I
car's taking a
wonder.
beating. We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas. Be ready, guys. Let's hustle here.
I'm curious as the hobo that actually watches my streams. I mean, needs to gift that hobo
Okay, go get him, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out here.
a subscription.
Outside. Come on, you just gotta be smooth and calm. Hit 4.
Okay.
Right side. First is leading by 3 seconds. High side. Clear high.
Well, if you're offended, I'm unfended. Yeah, it's a blues man joke.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Car outside. At your door. 3 wide. 2 high. Inside.
Well,
Clear on the inside. We're waving the yellow. Caution's out.
we've reached the Dale Jr. number of cautions.
Cleanup truck, are you clear?
Your road's now open.
Thanks to the last place car in the field turning me around. Hey, we've reached the days in a year. Number of laps.
Car closing on the inside.
We're getting there.
3 wide. 2 low.
Slowly but surely, but we're getting there.
On the bottom. 3 wide. 3 wide. You're in the middle.
last time. See if I can get some drive through the center again.
Looks like a gap between you and the
I
leader.
lost my drive through the center.
He's coming high. Car inside. Whoa! Caution's out. Caution's out.
9. We're only 7 away from my NASCAR 15 record.
Racetrack's clear.
You coming? Inside. Go up high. 3 wide, 2 inside. We've been here before, buddy. Come on. Let's
Yep,
go.
there's gonna be another one because they're gonna run me into the wall and then we're gonna wreck again. Yep.
4 wide. Yellow flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yeah, I pretty much called that one. Yep, I think Junior just DNF'd.
Pit road's now open. What do you want to do?
Less than 130 to go now. "90 cautions." This has just been a clusterfuck. It really has been.
How about a splash and a new set of right side tires?
I think I'm gonna have to be
Okay, let's get this
legally
stuff figured out.
legally committed to an insane asylum after this.
If you want to go with 4 tires, might as well fill her up with gas.
Oh jeez, I almost forgot. Might as well take that hub damage off.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Nope, we're
Way
still
to
at
go,
39.
boys. Nice pit stop.
So we didn't lose Junior. He's still
Get
here.
these boys.
You'll start at the tail of the field.
Keep the momentum. Let's go. Right's clear. Gotta get to the bottom. Nice and easy. Just keep doing what you've been doing. 3 wide, 2 high.
Yeah, maybe to swing the bottom good.
3 wide, 3 wide. You're in the
Yeah,
middle.
he's got squeezed into the wall again.
Clear left side. There's
Every time I
5
make
seconds
progress,
between
there's
you
an
and the
AI that just jams it up the inside and squeezes me into the AI on the outside and we wreck. Sometimes it brings out the yellow, sometimes it doesn't.
leader. Great save. You are the man. Slow it down. Caution's out.
91. Game glitch.
The safety crews are clear of the track.
Be smart now. Don't jump your restart. We can do this. We can get a great finish.
That's the thing, I'm trying not to.
Car inside at your door.
The AI are basically shoving me to the outside, and that's what's killing me.
He's coming on the inside. They're on the outside. First is leading by 3 seconds. Move up high. Move up high. Check your outside. Yep, caution's out. Roll out of the throttle, buddy.
Yep, we're glitching now. We're glitching now.
Pit, buddy.
So I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow to try out 22,
Positions right here.
F1
Don't
22.
do it to restart. No pass before you get past the start finish line. Car at your door. Up top at your door. Closing on the bottom. One down low. You're on the inside. Caution is out.
Oh, 93, and I'm getting spun under yellow. Junior sit on the track.
I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on the racetrack cleaning it up.
I'm only 3 away from my record, which is 96. Didn't think I was going to be that close.
Got a car low. Okay, let's go. We gotta step it up. 3 wide, 2 low. Car at your door, down low, at your door. Still there, hold your line. Clear left. Looking low.
Yeah, we're going to end up finishing probably last in this race because the AI just keep throwing me into the corner. The only way I'm going to be able to beat the AI is if I have fresh tires at the end run here, and I can just basically park it on the bottom. Otherwise, I get thrown straight into the outside wall.
Car outside, trying to get to your corner. Car tucked in behind you. Car approaching low. Caution's out, back her down.
Racetrack's clear.
Your road's now open. Cruise on
I
the
have to.
wall.
What sucks is I lose time on pit road. I have to repair the damage every time. If I was just taking tires, I'd be fine, but I lose time every time I gotta take damage.
Okay, buddy, we're standing by.
I was 5th at one point, VL. I was 5th in this race twice. 5th is the highest position I've been in this race. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I gotta go. Okay, let's finish this.
All 4 tires are worn and you need some gas. And I think we could use a little more tape too. That damage is gonna affect performance. We should probably do some fast repairs. Alright, let's make it count, boys. Be ready. Be ready. That was our fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys.
Doing great, buddy. That pit stop's gonna make all the difference. Nobody's gonna make it easy for us today, buddy. Like we said today, nice and smooth. Stay focused. Car outside. One outside. The leader is 4 seconds in front. Got one working the top. Clear up high.
Ooh, big wreck.
Yellow.
Oh, I don't know how I missed McDowell and D3.
Cleanup truck, are you clear?
Pit road's open. Got one working the bottom. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. Car inside at your door. Car 3 back. Go high. 3 wide, 3 wide, you're in the middle. You're doing it today. At your door up top. Clear low. 3 wide, 2 outside. We're under caution here.
There's my record. Or my current record. One more caution, I'll beat my record. For cautions in a NASCAR console game. Or NASCAR game. Not just console game, but cautions in a NASCAR game. And I still got 106 laps to go.
Inside.
And this thing I could talk about it, but you guys are actually witnessing. You know, I could only talk about the 96 amount I did, but unless you saw the stream, you wouldn't know that. And when you saw the stream was on the YouTube, you wouldn't know that.
One inside. Yellow flag, yellow, yellow.
In this case, you guys can actually see that, yeah, that's 97. Hope I didn't damage the engine.
Cleanup truck, I'm gonna need
Okay.
you to go out.
You coming in, buddy? You staying
Oh, I
out?
got lucky I didn't damage the engine there.
Car outside. The leader's a second ahead.
I think I found something as far as throttle. If I can hit the throttle hard enough to back out of the corner and just roll through it. Oh, they still force me off the track,
Stay up top. Come on, buddy.
and then it just wants to spin. Yeah.
Caution's up.
I can't restart on the top. I can't do anything on the top side of the track. They just run me over.
Pit road's now open. What do you want to do?
champion. Champion difficulty, VL.
We're ready for you, buddy.
Yes. It's the highest difficulty setting you can have on 13. Yeah, I know though.
Your tires are worn out and you need gas.
That's what makes it a
Fix some of that
challenge.
damage. Let's go to work, boys. Here we go.
True. But then that also makes it entertaining, right? As a viewer. Obviously, yes, it makes me want to rip my hair out, but again, I'm the one doing it, not you. You just get to enjoy me
Good
suffering.
job. In and out. It's all you now, buddy.
Okay, let's get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these boys.
Hey, we've reached 100 to go. 3 hours later, 100 to go.
Come on, man. Eyes on the prize. Let's do this now. One on the bottom. Clear down low.
Because Casey had a good track record at this track in 2013, so I was hoping maybe it'd bring me some luck.
Clear up top.
He won the spring race here, and he finished runner-up to 10th in the fall race, so I figured it would bring me some luck.
One up top.
With the guy who had the best average finish at Bristol in 2013.
Car up top. 3 wide, 2
To some extent it has. I mean, I've survived. I mean, I've survived 402 so far,
Clear on the low side. Yellow flag,
as we've
yellow
reached almost 100 cautions. Honestly, somebody should clip the 100. When we get to 100, somebody should clip it and send it to Mrucz on Twitter and tell him, yeah, you had, how many cautions at your race?
flag. Truck, are you clear? You want to come in?
Yeah, about that. He had 81 as his record. Me, I've had 96 and now 99.
Go low.
Just about, yeah.
Got your door. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
One caution for every 4 laps of green, just about,
Car 3 back.
is what it would come out to.
Looking really good, buddy. Car approaching high. Outside. 3 wide.
It's like I feel like
2
Superman when
outside.
I'm on the fresh tires, but when you're not on those fresh tires, that's when you just get eaten up and destroyed. Come on, Matt. I'll shove you through.
Car high.
Maybe you're my good luck charm. Maybe it's gotta be you and me going 1-2 in this race.
Outside.
It's like the actual fall race here.
Car up high.
I went too high.
Clear
But no, I
right.
might be able to, okay, I'm gonna be okay. Never mind. I'm okay. Yeah, I know. There's only 4 cars out of the race right now. Despite DNFs being on.
Go up high.
Danica, no, Danica.
2 back. Yellow's out. Going to caution.
They better not put me off at the back for that, because that's gonna tick me off. The game's glitching out on the cautions.
Clear. Your road's now open.
God damn it.
Cruise on the
Well, I
wall.
might as well pit. I'm stuck back here anyway. Man, I really thought I was going to make a run there on those fresher tires. $100 cautions. 100 cautions. Oh, this stream is going to YouTube. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube. There's no question I'm gonna upload it there.
We're ready when you are, pal.
This is just, I am... You know what? No, I'll do it anyway. As well. "100 cautions for 100% rice."
The car's taking a beating. We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas. Be ready, guys. Let's hustle here.
Maybe I'll get it done before midnight. About 20 to 11 here my time, so... We're under 100 to go, so...
Nice job, boys. Great pit stop.
Okay, go get him, man. We're still one of the
90 to
fastest
go,
cars out there.
as
You
Bumble
bet you are.
said.
Still starts the tail of the field.
We can do this. Gotta keep focused. Eyeside's clear.
Let me try to this a bit.
The leader is 4 seconds in front. Outside.
At this point, if they wreck right now, I just
Yep,
don't need to be in
Hold
it.
on the throttle, buddy.
He's gonna put me at the back, you know? Like I say that, and I just kind of illustrate my point.
Got one working the top.
Almost where we can make it on fuel. One more,
Inside you.
one more pit stop basically at this point would be for fuel. This rate.
Looking outside. Inside.
That's what you get, Danica.
Car up top, just looking. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
Oh
One
jeez.
up top.
Okay, we escaped it. We're good. I'm
Three
good.
wide, three
We're
wide,
okay.
you're in the
We're
middle.
good. Still okay. Still okay.
Three
okay.
wide, 2 outside.
Still okay. Still okay. Still okay.
3 wide, 2
Still
middle.
okay. Still okay.
Running caution here.
Gotta push Kenseth out of there.
Pit road is now open. What do you want to do?
Tires are barely warm. $83 to go.
Car up top. Just keep a good pace. You're doing good. Got car closing on your outside. Come on, let's do this now. It's time to go to work. Caution's out. Back her down.
Damn, 103.
I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on the racetrack.
I might have to drop my
Start finish line.
brake bias a little bit just to help it turn. Just so I can keep it on that
At your door on
bottom.
the car at your door. Down low. At your door.
I can get underneath
One
me,
working
you
the
know?
bottom. Car at your door. Up top at your door. He's hanging there.
Yep.
That's 4 points for us.
Oh.
Just retired. Don't worry about it, buddy. You're okay. We can still do this. You're a great driver.
I think Danica just DNF'd. Don't you like when you're just spinning your wheels in place? I bet that's how Matt Kenseth feels about this race. got engine damage, so I'm coming. I think we did. I think Danik is DNF'd.
Crews on the wall and ready.
Get the mic. Oh, a little trivia in the, I see a little trivia going on in the poll.
All 4 tires are worn and you need some gas. And I think we could use a little more tape too. You're not going to
Reminds me of the line Back to the Future. That's right, he's gonna be mayor.
repairs.
Mayor! just the way he says it is what makes it great, that line great. Well, that's a good idea. I'll run for mayor. I'm gonna clean up this town. Good, you can start by sweeping the floor. Yeah, we did lose another one.
Awesome job, guys. Great.
Down to 38.
Okay, it's time to push that pace now, buddy. Stay focused. We can do this.
You'll start at the tail of the field.
And of course, it's being mad at the back, right?
We can do this.
I was just talking about Poetic if we could finish 1-2 in this race, and we're the ones that restart at the back on this restart. Ooh.
Come on. Whoa, caution's out. Caution's out.
I apparently brought out the yellow. I don't know why.
The safety crews are clear of the track.
Well, in the only 100% race I ever ran at Bristol on console, or excuse me, in any NASCAR game,
Car underneath.
I finished 43rd. That was on 15
Three wide. Two
with 96 cautions.
Inside's clear.
So far, in this race, I've bested both of those.
Side's clear.
The number of cautions and my position on the racetrack.
Clear high.
So, yeah.
Car outside you. At your door, up top.
This is a career night for me regardless.
Car outside. At your door. We got this, buddy. Three wide. Three wide. You're in the middle. Low side. The leader is 4 seconds in front.
Get it, Mark? I got McDouche, you know. For Mrucz, I got McDouche for him, so that he's behind me at least. Oh, we're still going to be short on fuel, too. And go to 186.
Gap to the leader.
That was basically 14 laps short of the finish.
For the driver in front. Way to go, buddy.
So at least one more pit
Good
stop.
work now, buddy. Come on.
I think they're spread out now. I think we finally get some green flag racing in, don't you think?
First is in front by 8 seconds. That car's holding us up. You passed him.
I'll save it. I don't want to caution. I just need to find a way around these guys now without them wrecking me or wrecking each other.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Car inside.
Or me wrecking trying to pass them.
There you go.
106. I think I need to poll the people who are actually in here and ask them why why must I torture myself like this?
Standing by.
Right?
Crews on the
You
wall.
know? Why is he stupid enough to do this? Coca-Cola Racing Family.
Your tires are worn out. You need gas.
I don't know. I don't
Fix
know.
up some of that damage.
I don't even remember when I'm not even sure when the Coca-Cola family of drivers really started, too.
Let's go to work, boys. Here we go.
Well, I would have thought because of Hendrick's affiliation with PepsiCo products at one point that it might be Terry, but don't know if that's right or not.
Nice pit stop right there. Just like we practiced.
Like I said, we got a real good car here. Just take care of it, buddy. Inside.
So again, that's how I would have worked the logic on that, is knowing that Hendrick had the affiliation with PepsiCo. So obviously, if Terry was over there in like '96, he probably would not have been affiliated with Coke.
Three wide, two outside.
Yeah, the old car number. That's right. I didn't realize that until you said that too.
Caution is out.
107. Jesus. Well, this is definitely a night I'm gonna remember.
You wanna come in?
I know some trivia of BL, you know,
Car one back.
I know I throw my nuggets out during the race broadcast. I know some trivia, but I'm not like
Clear right side.
Encyclopedia Britannica when it comes to NASCAR.
Leaders a second ahead.
There's still some stuff I learned, so.
Coming low. Clear on the low side.
Shorter races. I don't think I'm going to do this again, not 100% or at least for a while.
Caution's out.
I'm going to need a break after this one for a while. Yeah, I've broken the game. I've broken the replays of the game already.
Pit road's open.
How about this? Up to P3. The best I've been tonight. I don't know if I'm going to stay here, but hell, I'll take it.
Low.
Let's go get that lead.
Bumper.
I want to lead some laps.
Okay, make it count.
Oh, come on, we going to lead a lap? Yes! First lap's led to Derry.
Stay high. Inside's clear.
I can officially say I've now led at least this race, you know?
High side's clear.
And I cleared the pack. I cleared the mess.
Yellow, yellow.
109 cautions now. I think the 90 was it the no, it was the 83. I think that led one lap.
I've got to clean up.
It was the only laps that BK Racing ever led in the race.
You want to pit, buddy?
I don't believe the 93 ever did. I think it was the 83 that led the laps for BK. 55 to go.
Car down low. Come on, man. Keep that momentum. Keep that momentum. Okay, behind you. Caution's up.
Damn.
The road's now open. What do you want to do?
Oh yeah, our Red Bull.
Stay focused. Don't make a move before that start line.
I just don't know if I can maintain it here. I think I'm gonna have to pit at least for tires again.
Car inside. Watch your inside.
I'm amazed I made it back up here though, so I'm happy with running, you know, currently top 5.
Low. Caution is out.
Might be 3rd. I'm either 2nd or 3rd now. If I could restart on the inside, I'd be okay. But I keep getting put to the top side on these restarts.
The safety crews are clear of the track. The road will be open this time.
No. God damn it. I should have pitted with Ruderman there. Or no, I think... Yeah, it was Ruderman.
Car one back. Car inside at your door. One down low. Clear down low. Car approaching low.
Maybe I'm starting to get too tight.
Car behind. Clear now. Two back, coming low.
I'll start to see if I can park the bus here on the bottom.
Car right behind you. You're all clear. Car on the bottom, two back. Watch your mirror, he's coming up fast.
Yeah, I got no drive from the right front.
50 to go. 5-0. You can do this.
Hate to give it the position, but I'm gonna have to
Good high.
pit for tires.
Side.
Next yellow.
Car three back.
Just a matter, can I hang on to the next yellow without being the yellow?
Car closing on the inside. Inside. Yellow flag. Yellow, yellow,
Yes, I
yellow.
can.
Cleanup truck, are you clear? You coming in,
Good
buddy?
news is I don't have any damage repairs, so I can just give me tires and gas. I don't have to worry about doing anything extra. For the first time this whole race, I don't have to do anything extra to the car.
Okay, buddy, we're standing by. Let's go. Get plenty of fuel in there. We need to get 4 tires
God, I
this
feel
time.
like a
10
mad
more.
lad, though. 111 cautions. I made it 452 laps, only
Get ready.
48
Give me a nice
remain.
smooth stop here, guys.
Hey, Jimmy laps remain. I should say, well, Bowman now, but yeah, obviously, Jimmy laps remain. Good stop here, guys. And come out 31st. At least I'm starting on
That
the
was our
inside.
fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys.
Hey, it's time to
Now,
push that
barring
pace.
damage,
Stay focused. We can do this.
I don't know, that might have been my last stop. Barring damage.
Car high. Nobody's gonna pull over and make it easy for us today. Gotta go get it. Car in line with you. Car outside, at your door. Keep it steady. Closing up top.
No speed. The 1512 is, well, the 15 I've used with the Day 500 name for a long time.
Clear
That's my YouTube channel. The 12 I added when I got this account, or started this Twitch account earlier this year, and that's for Brian Blaney, my favorite cup driver at the moment.
On the bottom, one
But no,
back.
that's not my birthday.
On the outside. Clear up high. High side. Coming on the high side.
This is just so sketch right now.
3 wide, 2 outside.
And yep, I got hooked.
Clear right out of that one.
I followed the last in the race after I was basically leading the race at one point.
He's coming high. There's a 5-second gap between you and the leader. Car high. Whoa! Caution's out. Caution's out.
Jeez.
Racetrack's clear. Your road's now open. Crew's on the wall. One up top. Closing on the bottom. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. Keep rolling. Car at your door. Up top at your door. Car tucked in behind you. Car in front's heading to the pit. Looking inside.
Come on.
Moving to yellow, caution's out.
My own teammate screwed me over.
The road will be open this time.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't like Mark. Mark was my guy for a little bit too. Maybe not with the 5, but back when he was with Roush, yeah. Sure, and I was rooting for him in '09, hoping he'd get it in '09, but
Got a car low. 3 wide, 2 low. The leader's a second ahead.
damn, I can't come off that. I can't come off the corner. I can't come off on the high side.
I've got a cleanup truck and a vacuum truck out on the racetrack cleaning it up.
The road's now open. What do you want to do?
I have to come. I gotta come repair damage and get tires because I can't keep up with these guys. Otherwise, that and I can't be pit to this high side. I don't need fuel. That's the good thing.
We're ready for you, buddy.
Really? No Mark, no Ricky. I mean, what I mean is Rudd. So no Rudd, no Martin, no Jarrett.
The car's taking a beating. We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas.
No Rusty.
Okay, boys, here we go.
No Burton. Ah, okay. That does explain it though.
Awesome job, guys. Great teamwork.
Okay, let's get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these boys. We gotta go to work now. We gotta
go. Oh, don't do it. Okay.
Doing great,
I was
man.
like, don't do it.
Your leader is 4 seconds in front.
Fall last because the checkup. I'm reading VL. Go ahead and tight.
3 wide.
I'm just
2
trying to
high.
focus here. I'm trying to nut up here at the end, you know. 116 to go. Trying not to get any serious damage and try to take care of this car. I hear you. My car is in order that I've had in my lifetime. 93 Ford Aerostar. 89 Pontiac Grand Prix. 2000 Chevy Impala. 2000 Chevy Silverado. And 2016 Dodge Dart. Which is my
Be
current
smart
car.
now. Don't jump your restart. We can do this. We can get a great finish.
So that's pretty much all the cars I've had in order.
3 back, coming low. You got this. Nice work, man.
Come on. Get back to the bottom. There we go.
Approaching high. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead. 30 to go.
Gotta
3
avoid
0.
damage. I think I've got something as long as I avoid damage.
Car outside.
Avoid damage and don't restart on the top.
Right side's clear. Car inside, just looking. At your door. on
And
the
don't get
bottom.
dumped by the AI again.
Go high, go high. Yellow is out, going to caution, going to caution.
The safety crews are clear of the track.
You want to come in?
I'm done pitting. God damn it! Back on the high side again. Yeah, Paul, you're not seeing things. You're not seeing things. That is how bad this AI is.
Car inside you.
At least in this game, at this track.
You're a second ahead.
Squeeze.
Fight
Oh,
back,
come on.
fight back.
Straighten it out. Come on, Marcus.
Car underneath. Yep,
Jesus
caution's out.
Christ.
Go
Get out the
bottom.
way.
Pit road's open.
Make that 118 now. Okay, I'm on the bottom. Good. Alright.
Clean start here.
23 to go.
Before the start finish line. Go low.
Basically park the bus now at this point.
Looking low. Car inside at your door. Looking high. He's right on you. At your door up top.
Jamie, no.
All clear, bud. Car right behind you.
Should just send it on
They used to
McMurray.
do that to you. 3 wide.
Come
3
on,
wide,
Jimmy.
middle. Caution's out. Back her down.
Screw it, I'm just driving it in.
Clean up truck, I'm gonna need you to go out.
You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
I have to come now. This will probably be the last stop then. Then just send it. This is it. Bumble, VL. I know you guys have been in chat pretty much. Well,
Okay,
I know
let's
Bumble's
make this
been here
work.
since the start. This is it. This is crunch time. I'm down to the final basically 20 laps.
Your tires are worn out and you need gas, and we should fix up some of that damage.
restarting. Really last, but at least I'm on the inside.
It's all you now, buddy.
Okay, go get it, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out
19 to
there.
go.
Keep hitting your mark. One outside. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Step it up.
And of course, they're going to check out.
Clear low. 3 wide, 2 high. Looks really good right here. 3 wide, 3 wide. You're in the middle.
Somebody always forces up my inside.
Clear on the inside.
Fucking, I'm sending Nina check.
Clear high.
You're not going to just stop in front of me. I'll send you at this point.
2 back, coming low. Outside. 3 wide, 2 outside.
Oh, you got to be
Go down low.
kidding me. Yep.
Go down, caution's out.
Back to the field I go again.
Is it clear? The road will be open this time.
Basically have to hope I can do the same thing again. It's been working. I just basically gotta hope I do the same thing again. That's all I can hope for.
The car's taking a beating. We need to do some fast repairs, and you'll need tires and gas.
Just I'm running out of
All
laps.
right, guys, we need to be smooth and fast here. In and out. Let's go.
It's always been that way under caution. Under green, I'm not sure if they changed that rule. And if so, I'm not sure the year.
Nice job, boys. Great pit stop.
Doing great, buddy.
I know not having to use a continuous pit road was, you didn't have to do it under green, but I'm not sure if they changed that. Under yellow, yeah, it was always you had to enter the one end and exit the one end.
Inside. Gotta just be smooth, calm, and forward.
Of course, the lane I need, they just check up down there.
Doing an awesome job today, buddy. One outside. Car up top.
I'm just gonna move whatever AI gets in the way at this point.
Outside.
We have 13 to go, and I got crushed tires and everybody else, so
3 wide, 2 high.
AI gets in my way, it's getting moved. Or wrecked, whichever one comes first. I don't want to do them under yellow. I don't want any engine damage under yellow.
Racetrack's clear. You wanna come in?
No siree. Eleven to go.
High side. Car approaching low. Car up high.
Come on.
You still there? Stay high.
Every time.
Run a caution here.
Once I get the benefit of that yellow coming out. Well, obviously stay out. I mean, well, obviously stay out.
Okay, do what you do, buddy. We got one of the fastest cars here today. We can do
8 to
this.
go.
Car down low. Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
They're just gonna drive over me.
Car at your
Of course
door,
they are.
down low. At your door.
And we're wrecking again. Thanks, AI.
Yellow, caution's out.
They wrecked me again. Thought we could have won this race at one point, but nope, the AI just decided they were going to dump me every chance they got, so... We almost did. And I'm going to be outside again. I should just stop. I should just not go on the restart, cut to the inside. There's just no other way I can get anything. Because they just flat run over me, so...
Been here before, buddy. Come on, let's pick it up. Whoa, watch the wall. One on the bottom. The leader is 4 seconds in front. Inside's clear. Six to go.
At this point, if I knew it wouldn't cause a caution, I almost would just wall ride. Just cause a caution then. Screw it. I'm not having it end like this.
Caution's up.
There we go. Not gonna get wrecked by the AI right at the end, you know?
You want to pit, buddy?
I'm not finishing last. I'm not finishing the last car running. I will do what I had to do to not finish the last car running.
Okay, let's get this stuff figured out.
Well, it may end up that way, VL. I was kind of reserved to that fact the way the race started, but that doesn't mean I ain't gonna fight. That doesn't mean I ain't gonna put up a fight. It's like if I'm going down, I'm bringing them with me, you know?
We should fix up some of that damage. Remember
What's
what we
the
practiced?
prediction? Finish last, or is it finish? Because I can still DNF too. I can't finish dead last. It basically would be last car running.
Nice pit stop right there. Just like
Alright.
we practiced.
Like I said, we got a real good car here. Just take
2 to go with the possibility of overtime, which the way the cautions have been happening wouldn't surprise me if we had overtime. And of course they break check.
Let's go to work now.
So I
buddy.
can't
Come
get to the bottom right away.
on. Left side's clear.
Send it. So that's 125, by the way. 125. As we get the first green light checker.
How's the racetrack look?
You coming in, buddy? You staying out?
21st.
That late caution means we're going green, white checkers. Car outside, at your door. Keep a good pace, you're doing great. Car outside, driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
I send it in
Green
there.
wide, 2 outside.
coming to the white.
We're
Oh,
outside you.
no caution, we're still green. We might get a top 10. Come on, top 10. Yeah, top 10.
Watch your outside.
Okay,
We're on the high side.
I'll take it.
Coming up fast.
I'll take it.
Top 10. Awesome racing, man. You really get the hang.
I'll take it. Man. 125 cautions. 125 cautions. Casey Mears won. Maybe 1 second, I'll go through it. 1 second. There we go. Tripping over my handle. Chair handle. Yep. 125 cautions. And almost 4 hours later, Casey Mears wins it. Blaney is second. Mears wins it, Blaney second. Kozlowski, Newman, Stewart, Menard. I got 7th. Not the highest I run tonight. I led a lap earlier, and I think we probably could have won it there at the end, but I'm not going to ask for more than that. I'll take a 7th. I'll take a top 10. Stenhouse, Hamlin, Robbie Gordon 10th. Pastrada, Quapple, Bush, Kurt Busch, I should say, Regan Smith. Kyle Busch was 15th after starting second. Boyer, Edwards, Harvick, Gillen, Logano. McMurray. Not in 13. 13 was his first year with Gibbs. Nemechek, Labonte, Kenseth was 24th. Dow, Reagan, Scott Speed, Burton, Mark. Oh, poor Jimmy. Started as a pole sitter, ended up finishing 30th. Ambrose, Dillon, Wise, Bain, Jr., and Gordon, Biffle, and Ruderman were the final finishers. That was Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards went to Gibbs in 15. You probably got Carl and Matt confused. Then Truex, who was out of the race, as well as Montoya. And then Danica, Stremme, and Almirola was the first one out. Actually, I think Truex and Montoya might have still been on track, apparently. But multiple laps down. Probably were bugged on pit road or something. I did it. I finally completed 100% Bristol in 13. And I did pretty respectable. I finished 7th. I finished 7th with 125 caution flags. I can't. I'm done. I'm done. This will probably end up on YouTube at some point, so keep a lookout on my channel if you want to see the full replay. But I'm gonna sign off now. I'm done. I suffered enough. I suffered enough. I think the next thing I'm gonna probably end up doing is getting back into SRX and XRX mod and doing the season mode I wanted to do on there. Eventually, that's where I'm gonna. That's the next plan, is to do that. But just gotta figure out when I want to do that. Maybe set a certain day for it and do that. But until next time, if I don't decide to stream anything prior to Sunday's race, Road America. We hope to see you then. Bumble, VL, thanks for sticking it out and hanging around. I know you two are my usual ones, especially Bumble is always in here, so thanks for sticking it out. But I'm gonna go. Night, everybody, and catch you next time.